Hi, I'm Betsy Anderson, and I was really part of the Federation from the beginning, and Martha Ziegler and I worked together while beginning the Coalition for Special Education, out of which the Federation grew.
My name is Dan Heffernan. I've been on the Federation board for a couple of decades. I served as president of the board for 12 years.
My name is Lucy St. George, and I am a special education advocate and parent consultant.
It's hard to remember when I didn't know Rich.
It was probably the mid-1990s.
I think I met him shortly after my son Brian was born.
So I met Rich in 2008 and was kind of a little nervous because I had heard so many things about him.
And then I got to know Rich a lot better when we interviewed and hired him as the director of the Federation Children with Special Needs.
Much has been written about the transition from someone who was the founder of an organization. And Rich was replacing Martha Ziegler, a legend.
He came in sort of a challenging time to the Federation, taking over from a charismatic founder who had started the organization and built the organization.
His first day was April Fool's Day. It was the day of a gigantic blizzard, 30 inches of snow. The biggest storm the state had had it just was a record.
Well, one of the things we were attracted to Rich is when he first came to us as a candidate for the executive director position, is how well respected he already was within the state government. So he's really deepened and expanded the Federation's work with a lot of state agencies. He's been very prominent on the national scene, also as a leader and a spokesperson for this community, and really as someone who has personally walked the walk and then also done that work, tremendous work professionally.
In Sudbury, he was on the school committee for 18 years. That's a long time for someone to be committed to. Outside of the Federation, he is committed. And he was sort of the one who would come in and say, okay, so last week when I was down at the State House and we were having this particular hearing or meeting, and it was wonderful for him to be able to bring that into our school committee meetings and have that depth of knowledge, and to know that he was on the front line working with the state legislature to drive special education forward.
We started the Federation as advocates. And what did we know about building and managing an organization? Rich really set out to solidify the Federation's financial base. His role with that of the board in building the gala and the yearly Visions of Community conference was just amazing. We had had fundraisers and conferences before, but nothing like these, and not every year. I mean, these are really quite phenomenal. So that's a real tribute to Rich, I think. He greatly expanded the Federation's programs, hired additional staff, and moved the Federation light years ahead. We had had programs and basic rights training in Spanish and Portuguese, but really now it's been expanded so much to so many other languages, and really to people for whom the topic of special education and perhaps disability rights might not be so familiar.
As I've been involved with the Federation, it's been very exciting to see the outreach that's being done with different cultures. It's such a huge piece to be understanding that component as well, and that's often not the center of discussions, but it is a huge piece of the background of where parents are coming from, as well as trying to better prepare schools for the different cultures that they have within the schools.
Well, I've always been very proud of the work that the Federation has done. I think it is the one organization that brings together people and families of members with all sorts of disabilities. And I think there's a great sense of strength and community when you bring all those people together and from various perspectives, and then to speaking as a sort of combined voice. and providing all sorts of services and training for families. I've often heard through the years that sort of sometimes the first call that a family has made to outreach for help has been to the Federation of Children with Special Needs.
The Federation's work is critical. I talk to people outside of Massachusetts, and they are blown away by what we are doing here in Massachusetts and the support systems for the families and the schools, the educators. It's very, very important.
Well, Rich has made a tremendous contribution to not just the Federation of Children with Special Needs, but the community. So he's made a deep, long-lasting contribution to that, and one that's going to last for many years beyond his time here. My affiliation with the Federation, his impact is still going to be felt.
He has really lived and breathed the mission of the Federation through his life and his work. Thank you, Rich, for all you have done for the Federation and for all of us as families.